With the anniversary chapter being right around the corner, I think I may have cracked a case on who the anniversary killer is going to be. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I think Alien is coming as the next big licensed chapter into Dead by Daylight, and I think that's going to be for the anniversary. Let's tie all these loose ends together. Take this with a grain of salt. It's just a theory, but I want to spew it to you guys and let me know what you guys think. You may have seen other content creators talking about this, and I wanted to toss my hat in the ring as well, showcasing all of the evidence that we have that Alien could be the next chapter for Dead by Daylight. Let's take it from the tippy top. We had a random leak on Reddit and a now deleted user, from a deleted user I should say, talking about Alien Day 2023 announcement. They said that Alien Day is going to be taking place on the 26th of April, and during this time they are going to announce Aliens Dark Descent. They're going to talk about the release date and gameplay, where they think it's going to be in the fall. They're going to talk about Aliens Fireteam Elite, which there's going to be some free DLC for, according to them, an Aliens VR gameplay trailer, and Alien Dead by Daylight chapter for May-June release. Interesting. The fact that this was not posted directly to Dead by Daylight or even Alien is quite interesting, as this was posted to Gaming Leaks and Rumors. This wasn't even, directed to the DBD audience or the Alien audience. It was kind of just tossed there. So I feel like if someone was trying to bait everybody into this, one, they wouldn't delete their user profile. They would just be like, oh, it was a troll, guys. It is what it is. Two, they would have posted it on Dead by Daylight or Aliens Reddit page in order to get more traction and more people to see it and more people to buy it. The fact that they decided to do this there and then it got fire makes it a little bit more believable. Now, this could just be a double bluff, and they could have been like, you know what, people will catch on, let's do it this way. Regardless, they said take it with a grain of salt in their own post, so we have to do the same. So now, it's quite interesting because everything is brewing. Okay, Alien might come into Dead by Daylight. We know that it would fit perfectly into DBD. We've seen some fantastic designs by the community of what this could look like. There was even years where people faked Alien coming into DBD. So we know that the hype in the community is there. And we know that Dead by Daylight wants to do this Hall of Fame of killers for everybody. So Alien belongs there. Alien Predator, 100%. They need to be there in the game. So it makes sense that they would want this as well. It wouldn't be like, we don't really know if it's big enough, or we don't know if, it would fit. It 100% fits. So we know on their end, there should be no issues. So all that's really left is that, does Alien want to come into Dead by Daylight? Do they even know about Dead by Daylight? Well, we got some answers. So the person that is responsible, and it's their job to basically hand the licensings off, that works for Disney in 20th century. His name on Twitter is Ken. Now, Ken has been really teasing a lot of stuff here. So shout out to Ken, because if this is true, in hindsight, it's all going to make a lot of sense. If it's not, then we're pretty much deep diving on this poor guy's account for no apparent reason. Back in 2022 of October, Ken essentially liked a Dead by Daylight tweet. Basically, he was like, oh, Dead by Daylight's cool. What other, franchises do you want to see in Dead by Daylight? Now, this was back in October of 2022. He quote retweeted this, and he was basically talking about DBD, which means that DBD was on his radar. Now, if you do the math with the dates, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's about 9 months for the anniversary to come out. We know Dead by Daylight works on 1 or 2 chapters in advance. Sometimes if they get their anniversary chapter really early, they might start working on it as well. However, I think 9 months is enough time if they were just working on 2 chapters, that they might have ideas of what the anniversary chapter is going to be, or they had nothing and Alien was like, hey, let's do it. Like, they were just in the right perfect time where they're like, all right, you know what? We're looking for an anniversary chapter now. We want a big license. We want to make a big shock for the 7th year. What are we going for? And then come knocking on the door, Ken is like, hey, I like Dead by Daylight. I work with Alien. Let's get something going. So obviously this was back in October. It doesn't mean much, right? It just could be, hey, he was just like, oh, that's cool, and so be it. But it doesn't end there. Ken also liked a tweet that mentioned Alien coming into Dead by Daylight as the 7th anniversary chapter character. Interesting. Suspicious, right? Now, a little bit more deep diving on Ken. I feel bad because they were like stalking his whole social media. Has he ever done anything like this? You know, has he ever liked any posts that showcased or teased some things coming into the game? Yes, he has done this. When Predator Hunting Ground, when that game was thriving and doing its thing, he tweeted out in October of 2022 again, soon with some eyes, and he said it's getting there. Very ominous. He showed a gif of Predator itself. Nothing really to work on. 1 month later in November, he said finally here, quote retweeting, essentially a tweet basically saying 2 new predators have joined the jungle hunt. Beware of the deadly Amazon and pirate predators from Hunting Party DLC Pack 2 out now. So he has definitely teased and like showcased some of these things in his tweets. Now, I'm not sure if he has seen how crazy the Dead by Daylight community goes with deep diving and things like that. Maybe it's not the same in the Alien community, so his tweets aren't necessarily secured or monitored. We know that Dead by Daylight in the past have done this. Famously, Paulie has figured out Stranger Things essentially because DBD, Matthew Cote, Patricia, they all followed Netflix. They all followed the actors that played the characters. And he put it all together that, wait a minute, this makes sense. This could be a case just like that, where Ken doesn't necessarily know that the community would go crazy deep diving into everything. And Harry is basically telling us that Alien could be the next chapter in Dead by Daylight. Now, obviously, in hindsight, if this is the case, it would make tons and tons and tons of sense and be like, wow, it was right in front of us the whole time. If not, then I still feel like this can happen in the future because there is an open door where the person that's responsible for the Alien licenses is aware of Dead by Daylight. They know that Dead by Daylight features tons of licensed characters. Eventually, someone's going to pick up the phone and be like, hey, can we get a deal going? What's going on? Let's actually break this down. And we know that since Dead by Daylight is the Hall of Fame of killers, as they put it, it only makes sense to have a big chapter like this. And coming off of 2 back-to-back really lackluster chapters, this would be amazing for the community. All loose ends are tied. It makes sense to me. I think this is the favorite for what's going to be the anniversary chapter coming into DBD. And if this chapter does go well and we do get Alien in DBD, chances are we might see Predator coming as well. There's been a whole other thing, you know, shout out to Paulie again, talking about Predator and all of that stuff with the Skull Merchant. Again, Ken is the guy that's responsible for this too, so I'm sure if this goes well, or if they do vice versa and they bring in Predator first, then Alien might come in after. I think Alien is a front runner door because Alien Day is coming up. Now, with Alien Day, we know Dead by Daylight has done this in the past. Think back to the Resident Evil announcement. When Resident Evil was announced on the 25th year anniversary stream, Matthew Cote basically came on and was like, Resident Evil is joining the Dead by Daylight cast. You know, that was huge. It hyped up the community. They announced it a little bit early, but the hype worked. They don't need to fear that if we do something like this, that it won't work out. You know, they took that leap. They decided to announce it there. The community loved it. There was more speculation on what the powers could be, what the perks could be, who are we getting, all that good stuff. Obviously, that's been one of their most successful chapters ever. So successful indeed, they made another one. Again, announced a little bit early on their anniversary stream. Well, I guess I wasn't early. I think they know. They said it was a look ahead. There was some type of stream. I don't remember exactly what happened, but they had to do it this way because there was a little bit of leaks, but we've seen them do this with Sadako too, announcing things really early where data miners and leakers aren't able to get the information. They're available to the public really early, and then the hype goes on. And I personally think this works better because now if you have a friend, let's say, that's really a big fan of Alien, you could be like, yo, man, Alien's coming into DBD, get ready. And then they could start looking into DBD, they could start getting hyped about it. If it comes out on the same day, you're like, oh, that's cool, nice collaboration, carry on with your day. Kind of like with the Fortnite stuff. The way I hear it, at least, I'm like, oh, wow, they just added Goku into Fortnite. That's cool, carry on. But if I was a huge Goku fan and for months and months and months, I'm like, oh my God, Goku's coming into Fortnite, Goku's coming into Fortnite, Goku's coming into Fortnite, I need to get ready. It builds up a little bit more hype, at least to me. That's just me. So with that being said, if they announce this early, if this comes out on Alien Day on the 26th, which is going to be 2 weeks from now, it'll be really good. We'll have to wait and see. All of the things line up for me. Let me know what you guys think about this theory. Do you think it's concrete enough? Do you think I'm just really stretching the ends together? I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions. As I see it, this is the front runner, and we'll see what essentially happens. As always, I've been the King. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for some more awesome Dead by Daylight content. Shout out to our Twitch. We'll be streaming tons and tons more, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we see you guys there. Join our Discord, all that good stuff. Much love. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.